Welcome to Anonymous Tarot. I'm Cleo, and I'm joined today by my co-host Billy. We're diving into the world of tarot together. Today, we're exploring the Five of Wands.
The Five of Wands is a card of conflict, competition, and sometimes a little bit of chaos. It's a card that can feel quite intense, especially when it comes to our own inner struggles.
In many cultures, the Five of Wands is associated with the god of war, or the god of conflict, who is often depicted as a warrior or a champion. This card can represent our inner warrior, the part of us that's willing to stand up for ourselves and our values.
I find that the Five of Wands is also connected to the idea of breaking free from constraints. It's a call to arms, so to speak, urging us to shed our old skin and emerge anew, stronger and wiser.
This card can also represent a sense of competition or rivalry within ourselves, where we may feel like we're pitting ourselves against our own shadow or our own fears. It's a reminder that we have the power to choose our own path and overcome our internal struggles.
I think the Five of Wands is also an invitation to explore the depths of our own hearts and minds. It's a call to confront our demons, to face our fears, and to rise from the ashes stronger and more radiant than ever before.
In ancient Greek mythology, the Five of Wands represents the tumultuous aftermath of a great battle. The figure of Pheidippides, a messenger who ran from Marathon to Athens to deliver the news of the Greek victory, is said to have died from exhaustion. However, his spirit is often depicted as a wounded warrior, clutching his spear and wounded by the hand of his own opponent.
That image of the wounded warrior resonates deeply with me. It's as if the act of conflict and victory has left a deep scar, not just physically, but also emotionally. The Five of Wands suggests that the aftermath of a great struggle can be just as chaotic and painful as the struggle itself.
The symbolism of the spear, which is often depicted as being lodged in Pheidippides' side, represents the way that our own wounds and scars can become trapped in our psyche, repeating patterns of behavior that hold us back from true healing and growth.
That's a powerful insight, Cleo. It makes me think of the concept of shadow work, the idea that our darker impulses and fears are an integral part of who we are, but can also be the source of our greatest suffering. The Five of Wands suggests that we need to confront and integrate these shadow aspects in order to move forward.
Exactly, Billy. The Five of Wands is not just about the external conflicts that we face, but also about the internal struggles that we must overcome in order to achieve true wholeness and integration. It's a call to engage with our own shadow and to find the courage to heal and transform.
I love the way you phrase that, Cleo. Courage to heal and transform. It's a reminder that our greatest power lies not in avoiding our pain, but in facing it head-on and allowing ourselves to be transformed by it.
In dreams, the Five of Wands can manifest as a chaotic, fragmented landscape. We're often faced with conflicting desires, urges, and voices, all vying for attention. This card can symbolize a sense of dissonance, where our inner world is in a state of turmoil.
I find that the Five of Wands in dreams often relates to our own personal inner conflict. It's as if our subconscious is trying to process all the disparate threads of our thoughts, emotions, and desires, and is struggling to weave them into a coherent narrative.
The Five of Wands can also represent a feeling of being at odds with ourselves, where our rational and emotional selves are in a state of tension. This tension can be debilitating, making it difficult to move forward or make decisions.
I think the Five of Wands in dreams can also be a call to acknowledge and accept the uncertainty and ambiguity of our lives. It's a reminder that we can't always have everything we want, and that sometimes we need to let go of our attachments to specific outcomes.
In terms of symbolism, the Five of Wands can represent the figure of the hero who is struggling to find their way through the wilderness. This hero is often forced to confront their own shadow and to find the courage to move forward despite the obstacles in their path.
The Five of Wands can also be seen as a reflection of our own relationship with competition and success. Is it the external validation that drives us, or is it our own internal drive? In dreams, the Five of Wands can represent a feeling of being caught up in the external noise and losing sight of our own inner compass.
The Five of Wands is a card of conflict, competition, and the pursuit of individuality. It can represent a person who is fiercely independent, perhaps even to the point of being perceived as stubborn or confrontational by others.
I see this card as a reflection of our inner struggle to find our place in the world. We are all wrestling with our own desires, fears, and dreams, and sometimes that can manifest as a sense of rivalry with others who seem to be on the same path.
This card can also represent a person who is deeply passionate about their own path and isn't afraid to challenge the status quo. They may be seen as a rebel or an outcast by others, but they remain true to themselves.
For me, the Five of Wands is also about the power of our own imagination and creativity. When we are not afraid to dream big and take risks, we can tap into a sense of inner strength and resilience that helps us navigate even the most challenging situations.
It's interesting to consider how this card can also represent a sense of fragmentation or disconnection. Perhaps the person who embodies the Five of Wands is someone who feels disconnected from others or from themselves and is searching for a way to reconcile their inner and outer worlds.
I think that's a really valuable insight, Cleo. When we are struggling to find our place in the world, it can be easy to feel like we are at war with ourselves or with others. But the Five of Wands can also suggest that we have the power to break free from those patterns and forge our own unique path.
The Five of Wands is a card of conflict, competition, and standing one's ground. When we're in a place of tension, we're often reminded of the importance of defending our own space and expressing our unique perspective.
I think that's what's fascinating about this card. It's not just about asserting ourselves, but also about being willing to listen and consider the perspectives of others. The Five of Wands can be a call to find common ground, even in the midst of disagreement.
Yes, and I think that's where the symbolism of the wands comes in. It's not just about the physical act of waging war, but also about the fiery passion and creative energy that drives us. When we're in a place of conflict, we're often being called to tap into that inner spark.
I love that the idea that our inner light can be a source of strength and guidance, even in the darkest of times. It's a reminder that we don't have to be defined by our conflicts, but can instead be empowered by our ability to navigate them.
The flip side of this card can also speak to the idea of surrender, of letting go of our need to control and dominate, and instead allowing ourselves to be shaped by the world around us. It's a paradoxical moment of release, where we're free to become who we truly are.
That's a beautiful way to look at it, Cleo. The Five of Wands is a card that can be both intense and liberating, a reminder that our conflicts are often opportunities for growth and transformation.
The Five of Wands often represents the weight of our own creative endeavors. We're often seen standing alone, carrying the burden of our own imagination, and that can be a heavy load to bear.
I see it more as a resistance to the weight of our own expectations. We are carrying the weight of what we think others want from us, rather than our own desires.
That's a fascinating perspective, Billy. But for me, the Five of Wands is also about the tension between individuality and community. We're carrying the weight of our own unique perspectives, and that can be isolating.
I think that's where the idea of carrying really comes in. It's not just about the weight of our own ideas, but also about the weight of our own vulnerabilities. We are carrying our own fears, doubts, and insecurities.
That's a beautiful insight, Billy. And it reminds me of the ancient symbolism of the carrier as a figure who must navigate treacherous terrain, carrying the weight of the gods themselves.
That's so true, and I think that's what makes the Five of Wands so powerful. It's not just about the external forces that we are carrying, but also about the internal struggles that we face.
The cards have spoken.
We'll see you at the next draw.